I'm Rebecca and this is the Farm Stand Kitchen. Come on in, we're going to be making some wings today. It's almost the Super Bowl and I told you I was going to bring this your way. So we're going to make some wings. You know, there's lots of fancy names for wings. Hot wings, sweet and spicy wings, all kinds of buffalo wings. There's all different names, chili lime wings, but I don't really have a name for my wings. I just call them wings and they're delicious. And I think you need to know how to make them, so I'm going to share the recipe with you today. Let's go ahead and get started. So what I have here is 3 pounds of chicken wings. Now this is the wingette part and the drumette. So this is both pieces of the wing. So that's what I have here. It's just 3 pounds of chicken wings. Now we're going to make a sauce for this, and then I marinate mine for an hour. So let's go ahead and make the marinade, and then we will just continue on and I'll show you exactly how to make these wings. So we're going to take 1 cup of a low sodium soy sauce. And then we're going to add 1/3 cup of white sugar and 1/3 cup of brown sugar. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of a minced garlic. We have 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And we're just going to whisk this to combine. So now this is just the part that will marinate our wings in, and we're just going to use half of this. I'm going to reserve half of it for when it's at the end when I baste them. I'm going to add a few more things to that here in a little bit. All right, so you just want to mix up your marinade, and then you just want to put half of it over these wings. And then I'll put my gloves on here and we're going to toss these around. Whoo, that smells good. All right, that's about half. So you want to reserve this part, and you can just stick that in the fridge too, and but reserve it. You want to reserve half. So then I just kind of turn these around, just turn them in the marinade, and then pop them in the fridge for 1 hour. You just put a little plastic wrap on the top and just let them hang out. We just want them to start absorbing this delicious flavoring in this marinade. And then that's all that I do there. And then I just put a piece of plastic wrap on top, kind of push them down a little bit, and just toss them right in the fridge. So let's just pretend that they've been in the fridge for an hour and we've just taken them out, because I want to show you the whole process here. So let's say that these refrigerated 1 hour, and then we're going to go to our next step. So I have a pan here, 9 by 13. So then the next thing that you want to do is take these wings out, and you just want to put them in the pan. And then this marinade that's on here in reserve that they marinated in, you just want to discard that. You don't want to keep that. We're only keeping the other part over here that didn't have chicken in it. Okay. So you get these in your 9 by 13 pan, and this is the great part that I like, the way that I made this recipe, because now I'm going to stick these in a 325 oven, and I'm going to cover it here in just a minute. A 325 oven, and for an hour and a half, because you just want to get them really super tender. They're going to fall right off the bone, and that's what we want. So just get them in here in your pan. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. And then you just put your foil over it. seal it up good. And then you just want to pop that in the oven for an hour and a half at 325. And then when they're done, I'm going to show you what they look like now. So then when you bring them out of the oven after that hour and a half, this is what they're going to look like. Just like that. And then we're going to move to our next steps. All right. So now you're going to need a sheet pan. Now, I have to tell you, I split this up because I have half of them completely done because I want you to see the whole process. So this is just half of that 3 pounds, but I want to show you exactly how to do it. So here I just have a sheet pan and I just put a little parchment paper on it. And then we're going to put our wings on there. And you want to use some tongs and to get these on your sheet. I'll scooch that a little and bring this forward. Okay, because these are going to be super tender, so just use a pair of tongs to get them on your baking sheet. My brother just stopped by, my brother Jeff, and he was my taste tester, and he loves my wings. So he may be back maybe to get some more, I don't know. But everybody likes the wings, they're delicious. And these are really easy to make. And the flavor is amazing. All right, so you just want to get them all on your baking sheet. And of course you'd use a bigger baking sheet than this. This is just the half batch. All right, I'm gonna move this too. Okay. All right, now here's our reserved marinade. Remember that? That's half of the marinade we have there. So we're going to add a few more things to that. So what I have here is chili powder, and this is 2 teaspoons of chili powder, and we have 3/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So we're going to add that to this reserved marinade. We're also going to add some orange zest. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to kick it up with just a little bit of citrus. All right. Now we're just going to mix this together. Now this is the real flavor punch to these wings. This is just what makes them taste amazing. So then what we're going to do here, actually what I kind of like to do first, I like to use my little brush here. I just pour it right on. So you just kind of want to drizzle it around. And then I just kind of like to take my brush too and just make sure that every little piece has some of this glaze on it. It smells like a party in here. Wow, it smells so good. All right, now what you're going to do now is you're going to pop these back in the oven, and you want to put your heat up to 375, and you're going to put them back in the oven and let them really get glazed up. So that's going to be for about 15-20 minutes, and turn them once during that time so you get both sides a good glaze on them. So I'm going to bring you out the ones that we have done. We have a lot going on in the farm stand kitchen today. Okay. Oh, looky there. Oh boy. Now this is what my brother Jeff is in here eating. So he was like, wow, those are so good. So I'm going to scooch this. want to bring this forward because I also want to tell you about, let's bring that forward. There we go. Okay, so now this is what I like to put my wings in. Just kind of like to make a simple display here. And then, okay, so I just have some artesian lettuce. Just put a little artesian lettuce. You know, green is really good with chicken wings. Some celery, kind of left the tops on. And then I'm going to include this recipe with the wings. It will be in the written text of this post. And this is my blue cheese dip that goes with these wings. And it's amazing. Everything complements each other. So I'm going to include that recipe as well. So then what I would just do here is just pile in the wings. And aren't they pretty? They have such a nice glaze on them. And they're just fall off the bone tender. They're really good. Great for the Super Bowl. That is for sure. But I would just pile them all in here and set out some plates and let your guests go to town on those. And I'm going to have one. How about that? I just can't resist them. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at that. And they're just like so tender. I mean, they'll just fall right off. So let's just get a little. Gotta get a little bit. Look at that. So good. Woo! Those are good. I might have to give these wings a name. They have just the right amount of heat. So tender. That blue cheese dressing just makes it even more delicious. You gotta make these for the Super Bowl. Becky's Wings.